So perhaps we are seeing a new phase in the relations of Iran with the world. But there is one thing, or let me say two things. Number one, any discussion about regional security or security in the Middle East should be discussed with all of us. Here, Iran cannot speak on behalf of all countries, members of the Middle East family of nations when it comes to regional security. Regional security is a matter that should be the subject of consensual policy, and it will come, because regional security is an issue that has to be tackled in the near future. And I have told our colleagues in Iran of this opinion that when it comes to regional security, it is for all of us to talk about, to discuss it, and to see how would we deal with the future from that point. As for the nuclear file, first, our position is clear. The Middle East does not need nuclear military programs, neither in Iran nor in Israel, neither in those two countries nor in any third country. Therefore, the only solution is to establish a zone free from nuclear weapons in the Middle East as a whole, and all countries should adhere to it. We still cannot understand, nor can we digest, that there is one bad program, bad nuclear program, and good nuclear program. This is something that we really cannot work with, nor can we help in dealing with one of them. If we leave this situation to continue as it is, there will be an arms race in the region. So the best thing is to address it, and address it properly, in a positive, objective, and fair way. Yes, indeed, we do not need military programs, nuclear military programs in the region. That's it. We hope that in the next conference to be held in New York next May about the NPT, the Non-Proliferation Treaty, the review conference would decide that, or would reaffirm the position of that conference on the necessity of establishing a zone free from nuclear weapons in the Middle East, and soon. It goes without saying that peaceful uses of nuclear energy is the right of all those who joined the NPT, including Iran. As for the idea of regional security itself, the Middle East, as some describes it, West Asia and North Africa, it touches the Mediterranean, the Southern Europe. So we'll have to have a very thorough debate with our neighbors too, in order for us to be able to tackle that very sensitive question. But can we do it while the Arab-Israeli conflict is still lingering? I believe we have to wait for a sure sign of progress in a viable peace process. Not any peace process. We have suffered from the just to sit and move on, vicious circle after vicious circle after vicious circle. We need a viable process, a sure one, with time frame, with positive environment around it, meaning that you cannot negotiate and at the same time change the demographic composition of the territories, or change the geographic character of the territories, or try even to change the legal status of the territories, as you see when you look at Jerusalem. So what we need, ladies and gentlemen, is indeed a peace process that would move on that would bring the parties around an agenda that is possible to negotiate and that would lead us to peace. We on the Arab side have proposed the Arab Initiative since 2002. And in that initiative, we referred to the possibilities, not the commitment to recognize and normalize relations with Israel if Israel makes the same commitment to withdraw, to accept the establishment of a Palestinian state, and to negotiate truly and sincerely about the fate of refugees and the status of Jerusalem. We are committed to that, and we shall continue to fetch for peace. And here I wish to commend President Obama and the American policy, which showed a lot of interest in reaching peace and tried hard. We are ready to help. We have helped. We continue to help and ready to help the American diplomacy achieving something that nobody should say no to. We cannot just sit around in order for some to claim that, you see, we have brought them together. Yes, they have sat together for several years already, but to no avail. I believe still that President Obama will succeed at the end. And we are ready for the help, as I said, but not through free concessions to Israel without being sure that it will be a step for a step forward for a step forward. Gone are the days that we on the Arab side believe in promises or you will see, and we have heard all that. Now it has to be precise. All of us have to be precise. If there's an offer, it has to be in writing. If there is a process of peace, it has to have a time frame. It has to have an agenda. It has to have a monitoring mechanism. It has to have a follow-up mechanism. All those things that were absent in the past few rounds of negotiations were the reason why the peace process has failed so far.